Hi, it's Kleina. Let's take a look at what I have on my shows on the Create and Craft Christmas event for 2024. Okay, so we've got the Sleigh Ride die set. This creates a large 3D sleigh. The nested dies that accompany this set are the square nested dies. I've also got the other projects that you can make with the square nested dies on the show. So that's the heart-shaped bag that makes 2 bags and these stacking square boxes. So that's going to be on the show as well. Okay, so the Sleigh Ride kit makes a large 3D sleigh. It's over 10 inches long, 6.5 inches tall and 3.5 inches wide. It's a double die set. So we've got some large pieces in here and you've got 2 sentiments. So you've got sleigh rides and Merry Christmas. Okay, so let's take a look at the sleigh, shall we? Here it is. So like I say, it's a large 3D sleigh. This isn't the kind of sleigh that you're going to be putting on everyone's table. This is kind of like your decoration for the center of the table or for your sideboard. Now, I did actually size this to fit a whole tin of sweets. I'm from the kind of family that always had, it's not Christmas unless you've got a tin of sweets on the sideboard. That's the kind of family I'm from. There's also a bowl of nuts in shells and a nutcracker. You always see my dad with a nutcracker in his hand at Christmas time. Now this is a lovely sturdy sleigh. I've made sure that it's nice and sturdy. So it will take that amount of weight. You can fit an entire tin of sweets in this sleigh. You can put a load of nuts in shells, you know, heavier kind of items. So it can be like a serving dish, a really attractive, you know, serving dish, treat dish, or you know, you're going to put potpourri in it. You can get those really cool ones at Christmas with the pine cones and everything in, but also obviously you can put gifts in it. It can be a hamper container. Put some cellophane around it and a bow and it's going to look absolutely amazing. Check out what the inspiration team have been doing with theirs. They've been doing all sorts. They've done some amazing ones, putting a dry oasis in there and doing floral arrangements in them. So there are loads of things you can actually do with your 3D sleigh. Let's have a look at the other colorway. I've got another one here. Look at that. But just imagine if you did like blues and silvers and did it all, you know, like Snow Queen vibes, or Frozen, I guess, these days, the film. You've got a little wreath here and that little bow. And now I will show you what you can also use that bow on. Because the second item in the bundle is the little packages. So you get a half box, so you just cut it twice to make each box, and you get 2 varieties of decoration. So you get this style with the little stripe panels, and then you also get, because there's a circle in one of the panels, you get 3 of these little sentiments, or you get, oh, that's upside down, all of the numbers to make an advent calendar. I'll show you one of those in a moment. Okay, so you get lots of different options. Now the other option is you get these ribbons that go all the way around. But that's where that bow from the wreath comes into play. Isn't that cool? I just think it's just the most delightful little box. These will actually hold up to 6 sweets. You can actually get about 3 plus a Ferrero Rocher in there. So even though they are a small favour box, you know, you can get a good few sweets in there, so they're pretty good as favours. You can pop them in your sleigh. But another thing with this one, if you look at this side panel here, what I've done is I've used 6 and I've done a little card background with it. So I've used one of the sentiments from the sleigh. I've done a little bit of paper piece in there in green. And you'll see that we popped some gems on. So that's the last item for the bundle. You actually get the Sleigh Ride die set, you get the little packages, and then you get gold and silver gems as well. So whether you are doing gold trim or silver trim on your sleigh, you've got the gems to actually decorate it. So that is your bundle for the release. But there's also a new item on the show, or another new item. Now that is the stripe and plaid panel. Okay, so this is one die. So you might think, how is that making a plaid? or tartan, depending on how you like to call it. So what you do is you cut it once and you get a stripe. Let me show you. So if you cut it once, you get like a fun kind of candy cane stripe. So I made another card with another sentiment off the sleigh. Gingerbread men from the candies, they'll be on the show as well. Okay, so cut it once and you've got a stripe. But if you cut it twice, as you can see on the packaging here, you get like a check. But cut it 4 times and rotate it, and this is what you get. Isn't that great? So what I did, if you have a look there, I actually cut it in 3 different shades of blue and then a satin silver. Now it's super tactile and textural. It's got dimension to it. It really adds so much to your card. Now obviously at this time of year you might want to go blues, you might want to go traditional Christmas colours, you know, your greens and golds and reds, but think about other times a year that this kind of tartan plaid kind of background is going to be amazing on your cards. Father's Day, your brother's birthday, a baby card, you know, if you did it all in pastels. So I think it's just such a universal die, and I love the way, you know me, I love to give you products that you can use in several different ways. So this, you can use it as a stripe, as a check, or as a full-on plaid or tartan, however you call it. So that is an additional new item on the show. So that's it. So you've got your stripe and plaid panel, and then you've got your sleigh ride, little packages, and your gold and silver gems on the show. And I hope you'll join me. I'm on the 30th of June, and I'll have lots of sleighs to make. I've got some other projects too, because another thing I didn't mention actually, this panel here, these panels here, fit on the lid of the middle square stacking boxes, which you also make with your nesting dies. So it all works together. I hope you'll come and join me on Create and Craft on the 30th of June. Bye!